Repeat after me. Today, I will prioritize my priorities. And this is a tweet that I wrote about 30 days ago that really sat in my head right here. And I wanted to do a content piece on it. So here we are now. But this video will be different than the videos that I did before, just by me not scripting this video at all. Usually I write my videos word for word and I read them off of this screen, and this is how I make my videos. But this whole video is just in bullet points. And this video will be me raw talking about a topic and my mind wandering and saying all these words, and English is not my first language, so this will be a challenge. But today we're going to talk about how to set your priorities, how to know what your priorities are, and at the end of the video I will give you a journaling prompt that helped me set my priorities day by day, month by month, and year by year to know what's meaningful for me in my life and what activity will give me the most bang for my buck. What should I do today that will get me the closest to my goal tomorrow? So let's dive in. I like to make these videos with questions that prompt my mind to speak more. So the first question of today will be, what will move the needle the most? And what I mean by this, what activity will bring me the closest to my goal if I do it right now? So for example, if an athlete wanted to get a bit of muscle on him and he's just training his sport, he never worked out really in terms of strength training, is it going to be eating healthier? Is that going to give him the most muscle? Is it going to be taking supplements? Or is it going to be strength training? The high leverage activity, what I call the high leverage activity, and we'll talk about it a bit later, but the task that is going to bring him to building the most muscle to his goal is going to be strength training, of course. That is the thing he should do to move him closest to his goal. And then he should maybe think about eating healthier and then supplements at the end. But that is the task that will move him to his goal the most. That's what you would call a priority. And I'm going to tell you a situation that impacted my life on a deep level. And I learned a lot from it. So from around September to December 2023, I moved to Turkey for a month, almost 2 months. With one of my employees, I used to own a content agency that did editing plus ideation plus a ton more stuff for content creators. And it was really successful at the time. But when I moved to Turkey to live abroad, I also wanted to travel, and I had a lot of problems outside when I settled in Turkey because I had a shitty apartment that was leaking rain, and rain was falling, like a ton of rain was falling at that time. I also didn't know where to work because there isn't a lot of places to work from in Istanbul. And we also had a lot of business. We just onboarded a lot of employees, like we had 8 employees at the time, and all of them wanted to ask me for my validation if they are doing the right job. And I had a business partner. This is the key to the story. I had a business partner that was working a 9-to-5 job, and he was slacking. He was telling me he was working, but he was really not working because he didn't have the time to work, and everything was falling on me. Every day I woke up at around 7 a.m. I went to a cafe, and if you know anything about business owners, the first thing they have to do when they get to work, they have to do the priority stuff. And chatting with my employees about if they sent the right word in a message isn't the priority, but I still had to do it. I still had to validate them, to tell them, yes, you're doing the good job. So I had a lot of distractions. I also have a girlfriend. I have to do a lot of things. I'm not saying it just to feel good, but everything kind of fell down on me at the moment, and I couldn't focus on my priorities. So that month went from, I don't know, that was one of our best months. It was like 10K plus. The next month was around that also. The other month when I came back from Turkey was 8K. Then it was down to 6. Then it was down to 3. And finally, our lowest was $1,100. And then I broke up with that business partner because it was just not going to work. But the mistake that I made is that I let things that are not priorities be my priorities at the time. I let things that are not going to move the needle to my business, to move the needle to my financial life, become the thing that is occupying my energy and my focus. That's just not gonna ever happen again. And don't let it happen to you, because it's going to suck your energy out and you will not be able to move any further because you are doing small work. You're doing something I call busy work, not important work. Important work is the work that moves everything, that grows the business, the relationship, the whatever. But busy work is just not pretending to work, but basically doing minor things that are just keeping you busy. Then around January, when I parted ways with that partner, business was at an all-time low. It was pretty bad. I had a couple of clients that were pretty much side clients of mine. They were not bringing in much revenue, and it was bad. It was bad for both me and the people I had to lay off. I kept some people, and I was also pretty scared if I'm going to be able to pay them the next month. But then I watched some of Alex Hormozi's content, and he really made a good example and conceptualized all the things that I was talking to you about before in this video. It's called high leverage things. And those are, and I'll repeat myself again, the things that will give me the most bang for my buck. I can relate it to the low hanging fruit, except that when I'm talking about low hanging fruit, the things you can reach the easiest, high leverage activities are not necessarily easy things, but are things that will give you the most result when you do them. And another point that I want to make is that the reason you see all these YouTubers, Twitch streamers, and celebrities get so famous and get so much attention and get so many people talking about them is because they do high leverage things. They also don't maximize their productivity. They don't journal. They don't read Marcus Aurelius every morning like me and you probably do. But they just focus on what they know, on the highest leverage thing, on the thing that brings them the most results. For a YouTuber, that is making the craziest batshit video ever. So that's the only thing on their to-do list today. Make the craziest video there is. And that's what brings them all the results. They don't go out and comment, reply on all of their comments on fans. They don't communicate with them because they know that's not what brings them the results they need. Making and focusing on that one YouTube video or on that one stream, making it as crazy as possible and getting all the people to talk about them. And that is the only thing they want to do, and that is the only thing that will bring them that amount of results and that amount of traction, and that's why they do it. So that's high leverage things for you in a nutshell. Focusing and dialing in on the task that will bring you the most results, long term, short term, tomorrow, in a month, in a year, or in a decade. It doesn't matter. These should be your priorities. You should focus on these the most. When you have time, you can focus on the rest, on the small things, but don't get caught up in busy work. Focus on your priorities and the high leverage things that bring the most. Now we come to the journaling prompts that I promised you at the beginning of the video, and there's actually 2 of them. I added a bonus one, so that's cool. And I write these journaling prompts every single morning in my journal when I wake up. They're so important that I basically can't start my day without them. And the first one is called the daily highlight. And I've gotten this idea from Ali Abdaal, but the daily highlight is just what it says. The highlight of your day, the most important thing that you should do today. For me, the daily highlight today is filming this YouTube video, but for you, it can be totally different. Studying for an exam, reading philosophy, going to do an upper body workout, whatever you think is the most important thing for you today. The second prompt I call the big movers, and these are 1 to 3 tasks that you think will move the needle the most. So it's not the most important thing you have to do today, but these are highly important things. These are high priority things that will also make a big impact. So for me today, just to give you an example, it's filming short form content, it's scheduling a lot of content for a week in advance because I go to vacation tomorrow, and it's also working out lower body today. So these are the things that I think will also move the needle a lot. It's not the most important thing for the day, but it's something that is very high priority. So second high priority. And these 2 prompts are really everything that you need to structure your day in a way that you really do what you want with your time, to do what is meaningful for you. And these like tasks that I said, the high leverage things and the daily highlight, they don't have to be necessarily work tasks. They can be talk to my mother for 60 minutes or go with my friend on a walk and talk a philosophy concept that I learned. Like I do that all the time. And I suggest that you throw in a couple of those, I would say, social ones, social tasks that really, I would say, prompt your soul, not only your work, because work isn't all life. Maybe for me at this stage, work is most of my life, but I don't want it to be the whole life because I'll lose side of me that I don't want to lose. So make sure you add a bit of that social energy to the daily highlight and the big movers. To further enhance the effects of these prompts, you can gamify it by having to cross all the things, so the daily highlight and the big movers, and whenever you cross it, your day is done. Your work day, your social day, everything is finished, and you can do whatever you want else. You can enjoy your day. You can gamify it, and then every day you cross out each task as you do it, and just gamify it and make it more enjoyable. So what we covered is what are the high leverage activities, which is activities that you deem meaningful and that will bring you the most results, how to dial them in, what is important to you in your life and what you want to do in work and in social environments, and also how to structure them with the daily highlight, the most important thing in your day that you need to do, and the big movers, the second high priority things that will also move you closer to your goal, and then gamifying it by crossing out each task as your day goes and making it fun. And when you're done, you can enjoy the rest of the day however you want to. I hope you enjoyed the video and that I explained everything in a well-structured manner, because this is a style of content that I didn't film before, and it was a challenge for me because I'm used to going word for word on a script that I write for the whole week, so my videos are really planned out. But I hope to do more of these like mind-dumb videos because it's really fun for me to like just let my thoughts wander and let my words do everything and my head spin in the chaos of my thinking on the spot. So that's about it. That's the video. If you want to join my waitlist for my community called The Creative Philosophy, it's for people who want to create meaningful content in an enjoyable way and want to connect with each other and want to grow exponentially, like vertically. You can join my waitlist. We let in people on the 22nd of August every single month, and we don't let everybody in because I want to make sure I can help everybody that enters. So the process, the application process and the get-in process is a bit hard, but I think you'll make it in. And subscribe if you want to support me. If you like this content, please like it to boost the algorithm, and you can also follow me on my socials. All the links are down below. Thank you for watching and see you next week. Bye.